Saturday, March 21st, 2020. Man, I'm back with this information, man. Coronavirus is the new name of the common cold. hmm Let's tell the Queen, the Pope, and yes, the President too, what we really think of their attempt at the biggest lie yet. And let's send the patent holders the bill too. What we are looking at is the common cold, restyled as COVID-19, which is the World Health Organization name for the common cold. Listen, or read on, she say, but I say listen. Mr. Trump, you've declared a national emergency over the common cold. Can you imagine how stupid that make us all look? Yes, us too, for not knowing who, jargon, and not picking up on the joke earlier. But especially your administration and all the members of the Congress look incredibly lame. All this money spent on ventilators, masks, gloves. We all agree that more should be done to serve the elderly uh, during flu season, but this is ridiculous. We are all familiar with the fact that the common cold can develop into pneumonia. We are all used to dealing with it every year, and we all know that many people die of cold-related pneumonia every year too. We still get up and go to work and buy our groceries and read books and accomplish all the other functions of life despite this big news. The disaster in Wuhan was a microwave radiation blast, not any infectious disease. We now have the proof of that massive microwave burst too. Though it's classified and strictly speaking, still not clear who was responsible for the horrific test on the domestic population. But as for the coronavirus, how can we respect or support a government, or in this case, a subcontractor providing government services that does nothing but lie to us and manipulate us and claim non-consensual powers over people who are not within its political jurisdiction? Read this from Larry Hannigan and see the citation from the 1989 American Medical Association Encyclopedia and weep. And I'm gonna put all the links in the link, when I get done, y'all. And then read this little gem about how the Israelis again, have developed a vaccine for the coronavirus, aka common cold, from the Gateway Pundit, released February the 2nd, 2020. And then go here and see who actually owns the U.S. patent on this novel coronavirus. The British, again, pure bright institution. And then go here and see the facts about the tests they are giving out to diagnose the coronavirus, aka common cold, and see that they are turning up to 50 to 80% false positive results. This means that these tests show that a person has the disease when they don't, more than half the time, making these tests useless as diagnostics tools. And finally, go here to G. Edward Griffin's Need to Know news site and then read the analysis of an expert about all the above, leading him to wonder, does it exist? The estimates we have seen are 1,000 per hit for vaccine, which when charged to us will result in a huge windfall for the vaccine producers. Israel, while all the medical care extras amount to a huge windfall for big pharma and medical equipment supplies overall. No wonder the Israeli banks in back of the Federal Reserve are willing to extend unlimited credit on the back of their victims. But we say they are counting their chickens a bit too early. One, the actual government of this country in international jurisdiction, the United States of America, unincorporated, has not declared any emergency of any kind. Two, the actual government of this country does not recognize any special war powers granted to any president of the United States of America beyond his control of armed forces under constitutional contract as commander in chief. Read that. We don't give a rat's rump what FDR claimed with regard to his hegemony over territorial and municipal employees and the operations of the subcontractor federal corporation service providers. No such authority applies to American state nationals and American state citizens who are peaceably going about their business on their own soil. Three, Americans are not subject to any enforced vaccination program for the common cold, though members of the U.S. military and their dependents may be. Four, we have made it clear that the price of murdering any American by any means on our soil is 1 trillion USD, and that amount will be charged and assessed against any government or corporation perpetuating, aiding, or abetting such crimes on our soil. Five, we think that these facts when duly appreciated, remove any presumed authority for or financial benefit from continuing to promote this deplorable destruction hoax and the damages being inflicted upon the elderly population worldwide. We note the following facts too. A. The greatest medical care costs of a person's lifetime on an average occur during the last 3 years of life by killing off elderly people worldwide. The average coronavirus victim age is 80. The corporations are saving themselves trillions of dollars in government guaranteed medical costs. B. There is a pattern here of abusing the public trust via semantic deceits attached to medical terms and drugs. The common cold has been renamed COVID-19 to create a single new bugaboo, when in fact it is the same old familiar monster. This deceit is being used to claim the existence of a medical emergency that doesn't exist and is leading to the abuse of the public purse and the abuse of police powers. The actual problem, the municipal police forces have been defunded by the municipal bankruptcy, needs to be addressed in a sensible and honest fashion. We are competent to deal with this without any undue concern or supervision. C. Similarly, an immediate byproduct of, let me get this name, y'all. Got no money, you ain't fucking nothing. I'm a whole hundred. Epinephrines, okay? C, let me do that again. C. Similarly, an immediate byproduct of epinephrines conversions into adrenaline has been dubbed adrenochrome and demonized toward the same ends, creating a new bugaboo and cover story for drug abuse that is very profitable. The actual drug is adrenaline, not the precursor that merely stimulate the production of adrenaline in the user's body. Read that, let me get that name again, G. Man, let me get that name again. Epinephrines. I think that's the name, G. Epinephrines. You heard it yourself. Okay, and the next chemical step, dubbed adrenochrome, in the triggering of adrenaline, are not the problem. The real problem. The problem is that adrenaline is addictive, and millions of American servicemen and women and other military personnel worldwide have unwittingly become addicted in the course of military service. Many of them have learned to self-stimulate. PTSD is a direct and known result of adrenaline addiction. This creates a huge ready-made pool of potential drug users and motivates the traditional drug pushers, the British Crown and China, albeit not the Chinese people, their forever strapped government, to limit access to the epinephrines, okay, which has already been done and demonized adrenochrome to justify the sky-high prices being charged for it under its street's name, White Rabbit. Rather than address the truth and the real problem, these vermin are creating the problem by abuse of our military personnel as cheap mercenaries and then seeking to profit from the unseen drug addicted they have created. This disgusting, unaccountable, and deceptive behavior on the part of the governmental service corporations has to stop, or we will all have to join together to liquidate these organizations. Nunk prunk tunk. Nunk prunk tunk. Okay. So much color on the screen, I can't even see it. Baby, you're special, but you're living normal. Let's talk with more action than new formula. Can't trust these niggas, they the ones that took Nipsey from us. If you a man, you better whisper, cause them devils want us.